Sunshine. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We certainly have a lot going on that we're going to talk about this morning. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hey, beautiful. Good morning, Moonchild. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful Sweet Pea and Miss K. Hot Toddy. Good morning to you all. I'm sitting up here, reading some stuff that I'm saying. Y'all know so much happened over this weekend because, of course, now, I find it interesting. You hear people say, we got to fix immigration so America doesn't become a third world country. What? We're already doing that. What do you mean? Become. What? Good morning, Angelica. You got rich people on one block. They got more money than they can see lifetime after lifetime. And on another block, you have people suffering, trying to figure out how they're just going to get food in the fridge. Shit, it's already third world. I'm like, what? What? Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. I'm writing something down. Some notes that I have for myself. But I'm like, man, no surprise that all of it is happening. I'll make a note for myself. New York City. Now, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday. Hey, Sora. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, Living Life. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, Mama Sunshine. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, Alicia. Good morning. Good morning, Bex. Good morning to all of you all. Thank you so much, Sora. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to light a fire under people so that people stop worshiping rich people. And change the system. Because all this rich people worship, that's what keeps all of us oppressed. Worshiping people who don't care about us. Rich people do not care about us. So all of that, putting them on these pedestals like they're special and all that other stuff, no, they're just like you and me. The only difference is they have more money. And for many of them, they're exceptionally greedy. Like, what did I tell y'all before? I don't understand how we have Christian billionaires. Because I don't understand the logic of how do you become a billionaire and be a Christian? Like, how do you reconcile those things? So stop watching Diddy, pay attention to government and what they did. Exactly, but I don't watch Diddy, Hideth, so I'm not sure who you're talking to. I don't watch Diddy. I'm as old as Diddy, so I don't watch Diddy. I grew up during that time, so I'm very well aware of like who Puff Daddy, Puffy. Oh, I know you're not talking to me, but I'm just saying I laugh because Diddy has rebranded himself so many times from getting in this shit. Diddy done been into a rack of shit in his time. He's just always gotten out of it. This is going to be one of those times Diddy ain't getting out of it. I'm so tired of hearing some people say, oh, they have no evidence. Blah, blah. They got plenty of evidence. Diddy been cutting up for a minute. The problem is he got so cocky, so full of himself, that system is eating him up. Oh, mind your business, Michael. I'm not sitting up there reading the Bible. The Bible keep you poor. You're blocked. Get out of here. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Because, see, that prosperity gospel keeps you poor. That prosperity gospel will keep your ass poor. Do you hear me? Because your church will sit up there and tell you, oh, they'll want you to look up to rich people. Jesus wasn't rich. Jesus wasn't running with rich folk. Jesus was running with poor people. Jesus was running with the destitute. Jesus was running with the hungry. That's who Jesus was running with. Now, if you're a Christian and you challenge me on that, then I already know what it is. You're a fake and you're a phony. Because I'm a Buddhist and I know what it was. So it's no way that you can come to me and rationalize to me that Jesus had a gold ring on every finger, gold sandals. Stop it. Go read your Bible. You sitting up here letting them rich people infuse that shit into church, convincing you that you supposed to stay poor. That's not God. That ain't God. Because if God, explain this to me. I've always said this. People who preach prosperity gospel, they say God did this. Well, what did God do for the poor then? If you say God gave you all that money, and that's why you're prosperous like that, explain that poverty over there. Explain that hunger over there. Because see, God's omnipresent. He's supposed to be everywhere. Explain that shit. Exactly. Stop it. It's all about mess. And that daggone fake religion and that prosperity gospel shit has ruined America. Good morning, Lynn. That's why I say when everybody want to talk about ISIS, I'm never worried about ISIS. Crisis. The Christian right scares me more than any terrorist cell outside of America. The Christian right. Because they're always in somebody's business. They're always trying to tell people what to do, control our lives. Those are the people that I don't like. Because they don't know how to mind their business. They don't believe in freedom. The freedom they want is the freedom they give to you. Trump just told New York City just yesterday. And first of all, hello everybody. Hey Monica, hey Lynn, Jareen, Tonal, I want to make sure I said your name right. Lista. Hey, Zach, ain't this picture something? I put it up because Mama Musk and Daddy Trump are fighting again. I'm going to get into that in a minute. But I'm like, y'all stop letting these rich people play with us. We have to change the system. And I'm going to tell you something else. When people start talking about, because I see some people say it on my post, let's go third party. No, third party won't work either. That's not going to solve your problem. Okay? Creating another problem won't solve your issue. Because you're already not holding the two parties you have accountable as it is. So what makes you think creating a third party is going to magically make you stand up and be responsible and connected to the process? Stop lying to yourself, okay? Another party won't change it. And quiet as kept, you won't even have another party that's viable because those other two parties will use all their money to crush that third party. If you want to change the system, you have to inject yourself into the two parties that exist and change them from the inside. You got to infiltrate them. You have to infiltrate them like the Tea Party did, like MAGA did. You have to do that to change your government. It's the only way you're going to get term limits. It's the only way you're going to get rich people to pay taxes. Because, see, you already got a Congress full of rich folk. Why the hell would they care about protecting your tax bracket when they're not even in it? Yeah, it don't look like America anymore. But you know what, Maze? It ain't looked like America in decades. Just America's too busy distracted on other shit. They're on their devices, their cell phones, their televisions. They're spending money doing everything but paying attention to their government. And that's what their government wants you to do. See, understand, government doesn't like it when you pay attention. Because when you pay attention, you hold them accountable. And when you hold them accountable, they can't earn six figures for doing nothing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm up this morning doing it. I try to do this. I do it every day for a reason. Yep, that's why it's called the web. You're absolutely right, Maze wanted to keep you caught up in it. Keep you caught. And to your point, Hydeth, exactly. Conservatives have been playing the long game. You know why I tell you to infiltrate your party? Because liberals, Democrats ain't doing what they supposed to do. They're too scared to be hard right. Hard left. Had liberals been hard left and put shit into law, instead of being trying to play the middle, wanting to get independents who are nothing but unregistered. Most of the time they're unregistered Republicans because liberals want to play the middle and never do nothing, never have a side. Ultimately, the other side has a side. Angry sober pothead. Look, I wanted to say your name so bad. Good morning, M. You know what? I do think this big, beautiful bullshit bill is going to get passed. And can I be honest with you? I want it to. Pass it. Yep. Because Republicans have been begging for this shit for decades. Yep. Especially Republican voters. Let them have it. They have no idea that they're socialists. Let them have it. Let them have it. Now, y'all saw the reports that Tom Tillis, he's stepping down from the Senate. He's not going to run again, right? He was one of the 2 Senate Republicans that voted against the bill. You know why he's stepping down? Because Tom got to go home and tell these people how they fucked him over. You're right, Rion. Trump. That's why he taught me how to do deportation with no due process, beloved. Bye. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Go take it somewhere where somebody cares. She want to be here so bad? Nope, not happening. Not happening. So understand, this bill, I want this bill to pass because I want Republicans to feel that shit. Let it pass. I have been praying for hurricanes, tornadoes, all that shit. Tear up them red states. Bankrupt their ass. They already poor anyway, them red states. Already been depending on the union, depending on blue states to finance them for decades. The chickens have come home to roost. That's it, baby. That's it. I feel nothing. I feel nothing. And I know a lot of liberals, a lot of us are going to be hurt in all of this. Listen, we're already suffering. What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? Garmon, I know you feel like it needs to fail, but understand my logic. Let me explain my logic to you. As long as conservatives are protected from their own policies, they think those policies are good. The policies they actually love are liberal policies. Think about it. Elon Musk is out here right now complaining about this Senate bill, saying it's horrible. When this guy used his money to get Trump reelected and to get hardcore conservatives back in the Senate and back in the House. You see what I'm saying? He did that, right? He used his money to do it. You know why Elon's upset now? Because those same conservatives who never liked alternative energy, right? They going into coal and they cutting all his EV credits. See, that's where his money at. That's how he became the richest man in the world. All of them fucking EV credits. All of those EV credits. That's how it happened. We can talk about that at another time, Dream, and I can share some stuff with you guys about that. Yep. So now that they taking and gonna fuck up Elon's money, now he care. Fuck Elon Musk. I don't care. That bastard took my job. He took my husband's job. He took so many people's jobs I know. He put people out of business. No. With our money. Nope. He done got enough of our tax dollars. This girl right here with the rosy cheeks, the sun-kissed cheeks, done got enough of our money. That's it. So that's the only reason why Elon is saying anything, is because Republicans are now going to fuck with his money. Good. Good. I'm glad. He's a welfare queen. Elon Musk is a welfare queen too, just like most conservatives. They take, and they don't want to give. That's what rich people are. Rich people are socialists. They just don't want to pay into the system. They just want to suck it dry and get our tax dollars and use our tax dollars to subsidize their lifestyles and their businesses. Wake up. Do not listen. Even if Congress is going to pass this bill, which I believe Republican Congress is going to do anyway, because I told y'all, Trump didn't hurt my feelings, Mickey, but it sure. But I hurt yours because you ain't here in my live after I done blocked all 3 of your accounts, and here's the 4th one. Bye. Listen, I know you're the same person, beloved. I blocked every single one of your accounts that you come in on this morning. Stop it. I know it hurts. It hurts. And what did I tell y'all? Rich people will pay people to put bots out here to get you to vote against your own damn interests. Wake up. They got money to blow. Rich people would rather pay for bots than they would to pay their damn taxes. Pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. They would rather pay people to put bots on the internet to convince you to vote against your own damn interests before they would pay taxes. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I put up hey Star, I put up a post this morning where I talked about how 50 Cent, the rapper, he has offered Mandani from New York City over $200,000 and a first-class ticket out of New York, all because that guy has proposed a 2%. 2%. tax increase on the richest in New York City. As if they can't afford a 2%. But 2%, what would it do to your family? What would it do to my family? Hell, that could be the difference between you being in the street and having a place to stay. 50 doesn't care because he's one of those rich people, just like the others. And he's playing in your face like I told y'all. I told y'all rich people play in your face every fucking day. Y'all thought I was lying all this time. I really believe some people thought I was over-exaggerating. They play in your face every day. Look at all the stuff I have that I didn't even have to buy. Somebody gave it to me. They bragging. They playing in your fucking face every day. Every day. This country's going to trash. How would you know? You don't live in my neighborhood. How would you know? They're full of shit. They're just trying to find a way to connect with you so you don't start looking at them funny. Right? They don't want you to look at them funny. They want you to think you're one of them and they're one of you, but they're not. They're not. That's what Trump has convinced MAGA. He's one of them. He did it. He lied to them so good. And sometimes he didn't even lie. Many times Trump told these people exactly who he was. But Trump is a wonderful example of don't let your hate blind you. Don't let your hate blind you. Oh, they not winning. They think they winning. I can't wait until Corey, until they start, till they really start getting hardcore mollywop. Like I'm gonna switch something and show y'all something. Now I know y'all probably saw this story, right? Hold on, I'm gonna put it up. Let me find it. Okay. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna switch back to the other one and I'll read it to you. So it goes back. I hate when I take down the family because I feel like I'm breaking them up when I take them down. Catch it. Listen. It's June 30th and Elon and Trump are still fighting. During Gay Pride Month at that. Go figure. Like I said, they get mad. Oh, you know what, Chris? Your life revolves around me because obviously you watching my live. My Cash App is available. How about you send some money since you watching? Bye. I always laugh. If he ain't keeping tabs on me, he wouldn't know what I was talking about. Obviously, you keeping tabs on everything but my Cash App. Like, chill. Chill. Not here. You won't come in my live with it. You not gonna have your mouth wide open and your pockets empty. No, ma'am. No, sir. And I don't even ask anybody for anything in here, but I certainly ain't gonna let you come in here and do that. No. I told y'all have given conservatives and MAGA too much time, too much energy. I don't give them none. They need air. They need oxygen to thrive and grow. Not me. Not me. Hey, storyteller. Good morning, beautiful. Not me. I will starve it instantaneously. Listen. Listen? You see this finger? Every day it gets exercise. Every day. Wall pushes, push-ups. Listen. No, ma'am. Not here. Not here. Baron 2028. Go ahead and block that. I tell you, I told y'all, it is an epidemic of weak men in America. See, some of this Trumpism is the crash out of the American man. It's sad to watch. It's not all men. It's not all men in America. I know it's not because I got quite a few great men that come into my life, quite a few great men in my life and in my family, so I know it ain't everywhere. But it's an epidemic of feminized men in America who are straight. Who are straight. This is why they hate on gay men so much. They don't like competition. They don't like competition. Okay? That's why. That's why. And they sit on the internet the whole time talking shit about women with other men. They spend most of their time with men, worshiping men, dreaming about men. You know what it reminds me of? Did anybody ever seen Too Long Fu? Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar? It's kind of like that sheriff. When he kept chasing Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, and Wesley Snipes, once they knocked him out on the side of the road with that shoe, he was obsessed. He was obsessed, running from place to place, men dressing up. Y'all, listen, that's how MAGA is, obsessed with other men. It's weird as fuck. If I was married to a man that acted like that, I'd be like, hey, yo, you gonna have to get that shit under control or you gonna have to go. Like, because I'm confused. I'm not gonna compete with a whole nother man. I feel like you probably dreaming about that dude. Say it again. I love Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. And nobody gave Chris Penn credit for such a great damn performance. Chris Penn was chef's kiss in that movie. He was hilarious. He was hilarious. And John was, all the men in that movie were hilarious. Okay? All of them were hilarious. All right? All of them. All of them. Okay? My favorite line, honestly, in the movie is when Patrick Swayze says to Wesley Snipes, he says, oh, we got to ask the little Latin boy in drag why he's crying. And Wesley comes up and says, little Latin boy in drag, why are you crying? It's how he says it, honey. Listen. That movie's a classic. If you've never seen that movie, you need to see Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. That was a great movie. They can't make it these days. They can't make it these days because everybody's too fucking sensitive. Everybody's too fucking sensitive. That is a great movie. And I agree. I always felt like Julie Newmar was so statuesque. So I love that movie. I know that movie like clockwork. I literally just watched it the other day because it was on cable. And I was quoting line for line. That's the obsession that MAGA has with trans people, gay people, whoever. They have an obsession with anybody that's not like them. You know why? Because they envy it. Oh, I love that. I love when Stalker was trying to tell him, oh no, Vita's going to get hurt. Vita's going to get hurt. And then John Leguizamo was like, listen, I have something to tell you. Vita. And then Wesley Snipes was like, Vita, she works out a lot. Like, listen. Vita went in there and tore that ass down. Get out of here, Tina. Bye. Y'all ain't even see Tina's comment. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. That is a great movie. Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo, Chris Penn, Stockard Channing. That movie's great. And you're going to see Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo in a way you have never seen them. But it is a fabulous movie. PD Mac, can you get that picture? If you send me a message with your email and I can email it to you. But that was one of my favorite movies. Yep, and it was a great representation of a small town. But those people in that small town, how they came around. It was all about being exposed to something different. And those 3 drag queens came into that town and saw those people. Because all those people lived in this small town and were invisible to one another. When you think about it, they were invisible to one another. Those 3 queens came into that town and saw every one of them for who they were and leaned into that. That old lady could talk. Nobody talked to her. But she could talk. The guy with the stutter, nobody cared enough to talk to him to help him. It was anxiety. Oh, I love that movie. Oh, that's one of my favorites. And at the end, when Chi-Chi gets her crown, I'm like, bitch, stop playing with it. And I love the fight in the bedroom. when the queens get to fighting. Because she was trying to tell Chi Chi she need to stop talking to that boy because he don't know which way is up. And she's like, you need to stop doing that. And she said, you need to stop trying to tell me what to do. Okay? I know why you dress up in drag. Because you couldn't cut it in life as a man. And that wig snatched back when he turned around. And you got to see him without the wig. And you saw the man. Oh, honey. 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 Red Vita for filth. Red Vita for filth. I don't need a wig, Shifty Eyes. Oh, you mad? You want me to be hurt because you thought you were insulting me? Can't never do that, beloved. Bye. See, let me tell y'all, that's how you get to MAGA. You're unmoved by their bullshit. You're unmoved. They want me to be moved. They're pissed that I'm not. See, my words move them. That pisses them off. That pisses them off. This black woman is saying something, reminding them that they're poor. Go look at your bank account today. How your life would be different if it was money in it. But you mad with me. Don't be mad with me. Be mad at the rich people trying to keep you poor. All working together to keep you poor. You say, how can I go back and watch the content on AI? I don't know what that means. Yep, it's useless to argue with them. My mother always taught me, if you spend your time arguing with stupid people, you're going to end up with two stupid people. Think about it. All they're going to do is drag you down on their level. You better let that shit go and let it fly. Let them believe what do they say? If you like it, I love it. You just got to let it go. You spoke about using AI. Yes, we're going to do a live tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, everybody, where we're doing AI. Because so many people are asking about that and wanting to learn more about it. So 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening, tonight's discussion is about AI and making money with AI. Yep, that will be tonight. That will be tonight. Because like I told y'all, it's a gold rush right now, and you better get in it and make your money before rich people figure out how to make it so you got to only go through them to make money. You tried to come back with that same quote to me as if it, thank you. Right, that's how they do. That's how they do. They swear they sold. You can have a discussion in good faith, but yep, it wastes the time to argue. Or when it ain't worth it to go back and forth with them. It's not. It's not worth it to ever go back and forth with them. Thank you, Maud. I didn't even catch that person. But yeah, it's not worth it to go back and forth with them. Oh, no problem. I also put up all of my live events. I put them over on YouTube. So anything you missed, you can go over there and watch it as well. But see, rich people have coached the 99.9 into hate so that we hate each other. And we spend our time fighting one another, and you don't pay attention to the system. Jeff Bezos spent $50 million on a fucking wedding this weekend. And I just want to go on record to say, when I saw her wedding dress, I was like, wait a fucking minute. Y'all spent $50 million and that's what you wore to your wedding? I was more upset about that. Like, $50 million? Really? Okay. All right. Well, we didn't spend it on taste. That's for sure. So that shouldn't have surprised me, I guess. But when I saw that dress, I was like, you could have got that at the fucking David's Bridal for like $300. Like, what is we doing? Yeah, it just didn't look. But again, when you're rich, I guess you'll pay anything for anything. To me, the best celebrity wedding I ever seen in my life, honestly, was Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. They did the shit on the beach in some fucking swimwear. Like, just get married. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But marriage is a big party. But Yeah, I don't get it. They let delusional people on live on TikTok. They also, Pero, let delusional people inside of people's lives until I put them out. Bye. That's just somebody else we put out. They mad. They get mad when I put them out. Get mad. I don't care. What they say, stay mad. Shit. They come back and you put them out and then they come back with multiple accounts. Multiple accounts. It's like you say this isn't a place that you like to be, but you keep coming. It's okay. You don't have to admit to me that you're conservative and you vote for Republicans or any of that. I don't care. But you can't admit that you're tired of working so hard and getting nothing in return. You can't admit that you're tired of watching rich people get ahead on the backs of all the rest of us. You can't admit that you want a great life for your children. You want to be able to take your last breath and die and know your kids are going to be okay and not have to suffer in some crazy ass system. You can say that. I'm not asking you to vote for all the people I'm telling you to vote for. I'm not asking you to do any of that. I'm just asking you to think about whether or not you're okay in living in poverty so rich people can have more money and resources than they can ever imagine. Yeah, they don't want me telling them, but my thing is, me not telling them doesn't mean it ain't true. Yep. Nobody, you're absolutely right. We all made Jeff Bezos rich. Because we were Amazon customers. We were buying from him. But not just him. See, a lot of this is the direct result of people wanting to get out of their poverty. So when all of us started being able to sell things too, Amazon gave us a platform to sell things, to get ourselves out of poverty. See, it wasn't just Jeff selling stuff. We selling stuff too. Because we trying to make a way out of no way too. We're all in this shit. We trying to pull ourselves up too. Because think about it. See, I'm old enough. I'm 50. Where before places like Amazon, if you didn't create your own platform to sell something on, you had no place to sell it online. You either had to pay for public access channel. So you could go on public access. See, Nightcrawler remembers. So you could go on public access that hardly anybody really watched because those were local stations. And you pay to go on and you try to advertise your product that way in hopes that somebody sees you. You go through word of mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you couldn't just create something and throw it on the internet and get people to buy it. It wasn't that simple. You had to have resources. Now we're at a point in our lives, we have enough where if you come up with an idea, depending on what it is, you could actually bring it to market and do something with it. But back in the day, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy. You had to have a team behind you. So we helped because we were trying to get out of where we were at. The problem is rich folk, see, at some point you get so much money, it's not about even making the money anymore, more so than it's about competing with other people who have money. People like the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, all of them, they're not competing with us. They're competing with each other. Who has the biggest house? Who has the best jet? Who throws the best parties? Who does, you understand? That's how they live. It's exactly, Hot Toddy. It's all greed. It's all greed. So that's when I hear them also say, I love God. I'm a Christian. I go, up. It's impossible. You can't have that much money and call yourself a Christian. It's impossible. That's just my opinion on it. It's impossible. Because the things you have to do to become a billionaire, impossible. Impossible. I don't think some people really realize how much, like, if you're worth 200 and something billion dollars, how much money that is. I said billion, not million. Billion. That's a shitload of money. Okay? Right. There's no ethical way to become a billionaire. None. None. So when they say they love the Lord, this, that, those two things don't align. Quiet as kept, I'll be looking at TD Jakes like that. He got too much money for me to be like, no, Because my thing is, it's not about the fact that you're making the money. It's that you still have it and you're not dispersing it. That's where I go, nah, you're running a business and your business is God. You're running a business. Just be honest. I got more respect when people are honest about it. But if your pastor got a helicopter, he on some other shit. He's a celebrity. He's a business owner. He don't need no fucking helicopter to get to the church at all. He don't need a limo to get to church. He don't need none of that shit. But your pastor's a capitalist. Pastor's a capitalist. And I guess Jesus was one too, because pastor got an airplane. Remember that one guy, I forget his name, that little creepy pastor, he wanted people to donate money so he can get a new private jet. That's not God. That is man. Jesus didn't get phone. Look, God didn't flew Jesus in. Listen. Jesus didn't come in and go, I just got flued in. Like, the fuck? That is not what happened. This is rich people. Rich people infuse that stuff into the church. And then your pastor infuses it into you when you go there and they teach that damn prosperity gospel. When they teach that prosperity gospel to you, that's not God. That's man. That's the system. That's government. That's why you need to have a separation between church and state. That's why you need to have it. Because religion is the conduit in which a lot of control over people can occur. A lot. And the funny thing, when y'all mention Creflo, I always went back to the basics with Creflo Dollar. You couldn't get me to join a church with a pastor named Creflo Dollar. Come on. If you're going to join the church with a pastor with a name like that, you might as well just open up your bank account, give him your PIN number, just give it to him. Just give him the fucking money. He already telling you what he about. I believe in coincidences. I don't believe in those type of coincidences. You understand? I don't believe in those type of coincidences. So that's why I'm like, right, a lot of them are cons. Because my thing is, nobody in your congregation, if you have a multi-million-dollar church facility, y'all making all this money, nobody in your congregation should go hungry. Nobody should be homeless. Nobody should be without a job. Nobody should be suffering from lack of job skills. No parent should have an issue with daycare. You should be offering free child care. You understand? But they don't do that. Instead, they hoard all the money and resources. And the church, you know what the church starts to do? It gains tentacles. It'll start buying up everything around it. But it never gives. That's why in my humble opinion, churches need to be taxed. They need to be taxed. Let's see how much you love the Lord when you got to pay 20-30%. Yup. Let's see how much you love him when you got to pay 20-30%. Guaranteed. Yep, tax the land. That's why, listen, think about it. What is a profession that a lot of people from that profession end up going into religion? Just name one profession in which they transition over to religion. I'll give you 1 second, because I'm going to tell you who. Pimps, con men, used car salesmen, going into preaching and having a church is kind of par for the course. Yeah. Yep. Professional athletes. Yep. Listen, it's a grift. It's a grift. Because you can go speak on behalf of somebody else without educating your flock. Tell me how many churches you've been in when your pastor called you out on not reading the Bible on your own. I'll wait. Because they want, not only do they want to read it for you, they want to tell you what it means. Y'all better wake up. Hell, if they was already pimping on the street, you think they gonna pimp from that pulpit? Come on. Come on. Pimping from the pulpit is the American way. It's the American way. That's what this country does. Pimping on pimping. Pimping on pimping. I've seen it. I've gone to some churches in my lifetime like they straight pimping in this thing. When your church got an ATM in the foyer, they pimping. They pimping. Because if you ain't got no money today, that ain't the last time you gonna come to church. That ain't the last time. They can't get it another time. Shit. Not only put an ATM in the foyer, it only gives out 20s. Listen, they gonna make sure your ass don't get changed. You gonna throw that dub in that basket. You gonna throw that 20 in there. You heard me? You gonna throw that 20 in there. Okay? And they gonna charge you an ATM fee. Listen, the church has to make money. I never understood why people didn't figure it out a long time ago. You go to a church and for 15 years, they've been asking for a fucking building fund. This is my thought. Either somebody's fucking over the money back there, because it don't take 15 years to come up with money for a fucking building. Y'all ain't got no good critics in here? Listen. Y'all can't, you mean to tell me Pastor ain't got good critics? We already pay his bills. We pay every week. He ain't got good critics? Well, he can't take some cash from the church fund and leverage that to get a loan to get a new building? Stop playing with it. No, they want to take your money and they just want to pimp with it. Right, they don't visit the sick. You know what? No. Yes, they do. They visit the sick to get that tithe money that they missing. Catch it. They'll visit them then. You want me to tell you who gets it? A lot of really, really small churches. I'm talking like very small, like hole-in-the-wall church. Those are the ones who get it. I don't understand the Joel Osteens. I don't understand the T.D. Jakes of the world. I don't understand it. Because how is it that you got more riches than the Son of God? I'm just asking questions out loud, y'all. That's the stuff don't make sense to me. How you got more money than God's only begotten Son? This is the Buddhist asking me the question. How? Don't make sense. Because it's just money. That's all they care about. Yep. And those same churches have enough money to build affordable housing. They got enough money to build job training, but they don't. Because they're a business too. They're a business too. Oh, I can believe that they donate less than 2% of their revenue. Because you know what churches say? Charity starts at home. Y'all the only ones don't pay attention to that shit. See, I was taught charity starts at home. For sure. One of the things with my mom, she never forced religion on us. She didn't make us go to church with her because she was like, you're going to have to be exposed. But once I became of age, she was like, you got to make the choice for yourself where you want to be. Because I can't give you salvation and I can't take it from you. That ain't my job. There's nothing, I can't do nothing about that. Your journey is your journey. You figure that shit out. Okay, cool. And I went my way and my mama went her way. But we always respected that we had different ways to get there. Again, I keep saying if God is omnipresent and as great as people say, how is it that Christians only think Christianity? Follow me again. If God is omnipresent and as great as you say, what makes you think there's only one pathway to him? Exactly. I just be trying to get people to think. That's all. Charity, is she friends with... Oh, not Bethany's story. I love it. One reason I don't go, I'm busy doing... Thank you. And I'm not against church. If that's what you believe in. But find a good, reputable church home. Because every church ain't a good church. They're not. For a lot of them, they running game. Because for a lot of them, they come from a different past where they was running game. They were scammers, pimps, or something like that. And so it's a natural progression to dress up in a nice suit and talk shit. To migrate over to religion. It's natural. Yeah, it's hustling. It's natural for them to do it, and that's why they do it. And most people, they don't. I always find it interesting because people say they love God, but they don't never love him enough to defend him from fakes and charlatans. Because if I loved God in the way that they say that they love God, I would be offended by somebody pretending to love my God and playing with it and using it to get rich. You know what I'm saying? But they're never offended. They're more offended that you may not want to worship than they are with those who claim to worship and don't do any of that shit that they say they're doing. I don't get it. I mean, I do get what's happening. It's hypocrisy. And that's why I make it my business to say something about it. Because when you point it out to them, then they're like, no, we don't want to talk about that. No, I want to talk about it. I do. I absolutely positively want to talk about it. Because it's not going to change until you do. None of this shit changes until we start dealing with all of the ugly conversations that we don't want to have. 99.9% of Americans are ashamed of being poor, of being a part of the working class. They don't like it. They wish they were rich, so they spend most of their time fantasizing about having money and worshiping rich people. Anything to avoid living in their own reality. Thank you so much, Wanpak. I think that's how you say it. Wanpaku. Look, every time I keep reading it, I see more things, so I want to say the whole thing. Good morning, Rosa. I love little baby JD. You seen him. The funniest part I love about little baby JD is that daddy don't even want to touch him, because I told y'all Trump already went to Rite Aid and got that DNA test kit, and it's been determined the child is not his. Okay? That's the first thing. So every time they have to take these family pictures, little JD he just pops up in the middle because Daddy Trump don't want to touch him. He'll touch Mama Musk. But he's like, this baby's not mine. This baby came out with a full beard. I don't even have facial hair. Listen. What they say. Listen, Linda. Now, hold on. I got to find this post that I wanted to tell y'all about. Where is it? Now, y'all know the other day, I'm trying to find it. The governor of Nebraska reached out to Trump to say, listen, we're running out of money. We need help. Because of the migrant crisis, right? Because Trump he's so hardcore on immigrants, right? So they don't have enough farm workers. And China canceled over $300 billion in soybean orders. So they need the money. So now they don't have this money. They don't have this income coming through to their state. Oh, well. I just know you and I better not subsidize them. Yep, they broke already. They were already broke, but now they brokety broke. Oh, now they brokety broke. Pretty soon, Nebraska gonna be out here on the streets trying to do something strange for a little piece of change. Okay, listen. They gonna be out this thing like, hold up now. Wait a minute. We need some money. You know, anybody, please. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can find the other article. But they're saying that they need money. They don't have enough income. And keep in mind, if wages are low in your state and you don't tax income taxes, they don't have income tax coming through revenue because they don't tax on income. See? So, fuck them. I'm glad they're going broke. Good. Now y'all see Tom Tillis from North Carolina. He is not running for re-election. See, it's already starting. Now, Tom Tillis was one of the 2 Senate Republicans that voted against the bill that they passed over the weekend out of the Senate. And he's not running again because Tom Tillis knows he got to go back to home, to that district. He got to go back home. And he knows that that's gonna hurt North Carolina so bad. He knows. Tom Tillis is also worth $13 million and hasn't really provided or done much for North Carolinians up to this point anyway. All he been doing is getting rich anyway. But this time, what they're talking about doing to people, he can't get rich and they be distracted. Oh yeah, he made Trump bigly mad, but the bill passed. See, Republicans allowed 2 people to dissent so they could still pass it because they knew Rand Paul wasn't going to vote for it. And not that Rand Paul wants to help us. He wants it to be harder. He feels like they're spending too much money. But Tom Tillis told them on the floor, he said, what do I tell 663,000 people when President Trump breaks his promise by pushing them off Medicaid? You tell them what you've been telling them. The same fucking lies you've been telling them. But you know, it's funny that Tillis didn't have enough strength and courage to stay in office and go look at the people in the face of North Carolina and tell them I failed you. Nah, he'd rather not run. I told y'all, they don't have no problem lying to you. They don't have a problem lying to you. The problem is they don't like to tell you the truth. And I just got one. Look, they came in so fast. Y'all didn't even see it. I know y'all didn't see it. I did though. That's the only time they talk about Trump is when they quit. Yep. Because they're scared. They don't have no backbone. Tillis don't have no backbone. He's a punk. So he should quit. Why should North Carolinians send you to Congress and send you to Washington when you're too afraid of the president? You're afraid of a guy that has a Capri Sun on his leg. When he walks, you hear this. You're afraid of this guy. Who's afraid of this fucking guy? How? How are you afraid of this guy? This guy makes me want to go to the restroom. How? Listen. That's why it's time for us to have new leadership. Because if you're going to be afraid of the guy that's afraid of everybody else, that doesn't make any sense. Yep, you're right about that, nerd alert. They willfully participate in a campaign of misinformation. Oh yeah, Tillis ain't going to go too far away. He going to be a lobbyist. He going to still make great money. But he don't want to have to deal with constituents. See, he don't really care about having to deal with the Republicans on the Hill. His issue is he doesn't want to have to go back to North Carolina and have people come up to him and be in his fucking face. That's what it's about. Now, keep in mind, Republicans have nurtured telling Republican voters, go get what you want. Be aggressive. Be in your face. So Republican voters are going to be in his face. He don't want that static. He don't want that work. But you nurtured this beast. See, they just wanted to chase their opposition. This is a beast they created. That's why conservatives won't do town halls no more. Because they created that beast and now they're afraid of it. Now they're afraid of it. Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to play both sides, claiming she didn't read the first bill. Let me tell you something. This bill that just got voted on in the Senate that got passed, she ain't going to read this one either, but she going to vote for it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. She talking out of both sides of her neck too. And it ain't hard. You see how wide that neck is? Listen. Listen. I swear she played football in high school. Good Lord. That woman's built like a linebacker. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, look at her shoulders. Lord. Next time, listen, you don't have to take my word for it. When you leave this live, go look at a picture. You're going to be like, damn. You're going to say the same thing I said. That chick got a neck on her. Yep, that's why her and Nancy Mace be hating so much. And the other chick, what's her name? Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She's another one. She's another one. Now she think we don't know she on Wegovy. We're watching you, Sarah. We know, beloved. That's either Wegovy or what's the other one? Ozempic. We know, beloved. You're not fooling nobody. You're not fooling nobody. They be trying to think they fooling us. No, you not. No, you not. They do the shortcuts to life for everything. For everything. I've had enough. Say it again. That's why I'm just like, I'm so over it. But every time I see Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm always like, yeah, she must be built like her daddy. Yeah. Cause she, you know how you see those NFL sheets and they show you like the years showing a linebacker in the league and the different hairstyles and all. That's what she reminds me of every time I see her. Every time I see her. As soon as I see her, are you ready for some football? The Monday night party. And this is Hank and I'm back in town and ready to get this thing started. Every time I see her. I can't help it. I cannot help it. It's something, I can't help it. I want to act like an adult, but I can't. Every time I see her. Ain't Randy Macho. Listen, it could be. Step into a Slim Jim. I used to love me some Randy Macho Man Savage. Until, as a child, I figured out he was extremely abusive to Miss Elizabeth. And that it wasn't a gimmick. Yeah. I wonder what happened to Elizabeth, too. I gotta look that up. I used to like her. She was so pretty. But Randy didn't deserve her. He didn't deserve her. He wasn't my favorite anyway. My favorite wrestlers were the damn they used to come out to the Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I can see him in my head now. Dun, 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 dun. It was two of them. They was a tag team. Iron Man. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Dun, 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 dun. I can see them right now in my mind. No, it's not Legion of Doom. This was way before Legion of Doom. This is way back. This is during that Dusty Rhodes time, but it was two of them. And they would come out to Iron Man. And y'all know who I'm talking about. They were a tag team group together. They were wrestlers that came as a duo. Ooh, yeah, they were white guys. Yeah, I just can't think of their name. Damn it, these were my favorite guys. They were huge too. Fuck. I thought y'all were wrestling fans. Listen. Now I can't remember. Black Sabbath sung that song, but these wrestlers would come out. Wrestlers, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that Southern in me? Them wrestlers would come out to that song. This was during the Hulk Hogan, the Dusty Rhodes, the Road Warriors. That's who it was. I used to love me some damn Road Warriors. Man. Dun 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 dun. Man, I used to love me some Road Warriors. I used to love me some Dusty Rhodes. I am so pretty. So pretty. I used to love Dusty. I used to love Ric Flair. Woo! Man, you never seen anybody this pretty. Just stop playing with it. Man, wrestling was so fun back then. It was so fun back then. Yes, I remember the Animal, Dusty Rhodes, Road Warriors. I remember the steel cage matches. The steel cage matches back then were unmatched. Man. I'm showing my age, but I used to love wrestling. That's how my family down south used to say it. Let's watch wrestling. I used to love Junkyard Dog, Andre the Giant. You had what's the Lou guy? I can't remember the beginning of his name. Something Lou. Him, because he was also in videos with Cyndi Lauper back in the day. I remember, but he was a wrestler initially. Stop playing with me. I remember them days, man. Those were the days, bruh. And I used to watch Glow. Lou Albino, that's it. And remember Glow? That Glow wrestling? Before their time. Glow wrestling, they was before their time. I used to love glow wrestling. Love glow wrestling, man. Those ladies were before their time. But them women were wrestling then. Look at me, wrestling. I can't help it. That's how my family says it. Oh, I used to love glow. Oh, glow was the joint. I used to love watching glow. I still remember watching that. Glow was the business. So I used to love those things. That was like, and somebody mentioned Hulk Hogan. As much as I loved Hulk Hogan growing up because I was a Hulkamaniac, Hulk Hogan is a wonderful example of if you live long enough, people see you become a villain. I can't stand Hulk Hogan now. He was around for too long. Too long. And then we learned about all the shit that he was doing back in the day to block the other wrestlers from growing and being bigger and expanding. So Hulk Hogan's a fucking hater. Yeah, he's a MAGA too, but he's also a hater. He spent a lot of time stopping a lot of other wrestlers from progressing that we really liked, but Hulk wanted to be the only celebrity. So he spent a lot of time trying to destroy the career of other wrestlers. And so I'd be like, man, fuck Hulk Hogan. Yeah, and he's anti-union. Fuck Hulk Hogan. I love me some Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. Like I already told you the people I like. I never got into Dustin Rhodes. Dustin didn't have the charisma that his father had. Dusty Rhodes had charisma. And I like Dusty Rhodes better than I like Ric Flair. But I always loved when Rick would come out in those feathered boas and the robes with all the feathers and stuff and the sunshades with the gradient on it. Couldn't nobody touch Ric Flair with that shit. Couldn't nobody touch Ric Flair with that shit. I'm sorry. Couldn't nobody touch him. I used to love The Undertaker. I like that. Oh, Roddy Piper. I loved Rowdy Piper. I love Rowdy Piper so much. When he did that movie, They Live, wasn't that the movie with the people that you couldn't see that they were aliens if you didn't have the sunglasses on? Once you put those glasses on, you could see that they wasn't really real humans. I remember Rowdy. I told y'all I'm old and I love movies. Them, that's what it was called. Okay. But I remember Rowdy. I remember when he got that movie. I was so happy for him. I was like, ooh, Roddy Piper has a movie. Mom, can we go see it? And she took us to go see it. Oh, Andre was a legend. I loved Andre the Giant. Andre didn't have to work hard to snatch their ass up. That's why I used to love Andre. It would have to be a whole bunch of them to jump on Andre to get any traction. But the storyline had to be Andre would have to fall because they really couldn't take him. I used to like, I'm going to tell you somebody else I used to love. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I took you back with that one. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Come out with that piece of wood. And hit himself in the head and busted in half. Shit. Stop playing with it. Stop playing. I used to love me some Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Man. Oh, listen. Listen. I'm going in the way. I used to watch wrestling all the time with my family when I would go down south. Yep, I remember Mankind. Yep, Rikishi. Oh man, y'all going way back, man. Y'all are going, we're going back. We're going back. But I remember those days. That was some of the best. Man, the Iron Sheik. Now that man's a national treasure. The Iron Sheik is I loved me. You jabroni. Listen. I come here to wrestle, to take over, and be the champion. No jabroni can take me. Listen. I loved me some fucking Iron Sheik. Oh, those were the days. See, man, y'all gonna send me back in the way back time machine today. Yep, Road Warriors. Loved them. Loved them. I'm gonna tell you, I knew when I fell in love with quads, the Road Warriors. When those good dudes used to come out to the ring and how they would walk and you would see those big old swollen, and they were just so swollen. And I'd be like, ooh, I used to love them. That's when I fell in love with them. That's when I fell in love. I said, oh, look at them legs. Look at them legs. Let all the Trump out. Thank you, Newly. I'm going to let them have it today and have been. Look, I got sidetracked for a second talk about wrestling. That took me back. That took me back. Now, I got to get back on track to remind y'all of something. Y'all need to call your elected officials today. You need to call your elected officials today, and I'm going to show you why. Between your Supreme Court, because this is technically our Supreme Court now. It's just several little Trumps in there. And the rules are different because Trump is in office, because a liberal's in office. No sooner, a conservative in office. As soon as a liberal gets in office, these same justices that believe a president can be king will all of a sudden want to pull back power from government because it's too powerful. Trump just said that if Madahi wins and he raises taxes on the rich in New York, he's going to withhold federal funding. Remember when Republicans told you that Democrats were the party of big government? And they would come in and try to take over your community and take over your life. Remember they told you that? Yeah, they lied. They lied. Yeah, they said, that's what they said, nerd alert. They said King Obama. No. What it was conservatives never had a problem with kings or government or big government. They never had an issue with big government. They only had an issue with who was in charge of that big government. That was it. As long as the conservatives could tell you who you could love, who you could marry, where you could work, if you were a good enough person for society, then it's okay. It's just not good if anybody else does it. Remember, national injunctions are bad. Now, that Democrats tried to use national injunctions to stop the president from changing laws without Congress. But Republicans use national injunctions to force you to still have to pay on student loan when Joe Biden tried to give you student loan debt relief. The president of the United States tried to wipe your debt clean, and conservatives sued and got national injunctions to stop student loan forgiveness. These same conservatives have turned around and sued so that the Supreme Court can say, no, lower courts can't issue national injunctions anymore. But they can when they're going to take something from you. When they're going to starve your family, crush you, make it harder for you to function, they have no problem with national injunctions. None. But when it's to make your life better or to help people, I'm sure, John Luke, when your student loans got wiped out, it helped you immensely. It was one less bill you had to pay. But you know who don't want that? Them hating ass people. I paid mine. Shut the hell up. If you paid yours, what the fuck are you complaining about? Then you should know the burden that it is student loan debt. Why wouldn't you want other people not to have that burden? Because the American way is to be a fucking hater. Americans are hateful ass people. Well, I had to suffer, so you got to suffer too. That's literally how America is. You can't get help because I didn't get help. Because I had to hurt, you got to hurt. But except if you're rich. If you're rich, though, oh, no hurting for you. That's why I put that in that video when I was talking about that money stuff, or talking about them withholding no more data was going to be available for the hurricane alert system. And I said, but no, be okay. Rich people are going to be fine. That's why I did that. Shit, they worry so much about rich people now. I made sure to put it in the video. Oh, it's okay. Rich people are going to be okay. You're just going to lose all your shit. You're just going to lose all your stuff. But the rich people, they'll be great. That's why I say, wake up, y'all. We can change this system, but it's going to take time. Because it took time for Republicans to get to this point. They didn't get here overnight. They played the long game. They played the long game. Now we've got to play the long game to change the Democratic Party. They got to be more hard left. And if they're not going to go further to the left, push out the ones who won't. There is no room for middle ground. When it comes to feeding children, having social safety nets, making sure rich people pay their taxes. Ain't no middle ground on that shit. Because let me make clear to y'all, when people say to you, we can't tax rich people because they'll leave, no, they won't. They ain't nowhere to go. All the other developed nations tax the fuck out of rich people. They can't come there and make all this money in those countries and not pay taxes. They won't allow it. In China, you can't be rich and not pay no taxes or pay next to nothing. They're not having it. You're going to have to pay your fair fucking share. That's why all of these foreign people with money come here. Because America's a tax haven for rich people. America is a tax, 30, 50, 40, 50 years ago, you would put your money in offshore accounts. Not now. Shit. If you're in a foreign country, your offshore account is America. Your offshore account is America. Because American government is going to make sure that you pay pennies on the dollar or next to nothing in taxes. Make it make sense. They don't like us. So let's send a message to them that we don't like them either. We don't like you either. We don't want your representation either. You need to go get a real job. Yep, go get a real job. Like the rest of us have to. So we can have representation that actually works for us. Yep, say it again. 401ks and Roth IRS. But see, they do other things too. See, these people have a lot of money. So they can't maxing out on the 401k and the Roth IRA. They're going to do that too fast. It's other safe ways for them to hide their money. And they're masterful at writing off their losses. That helps bring down whatever taxes they would pay up against earnings anyway. Everything is written off as a loss. Everything. Hell, they even pay their bills through their business. Everything. That's why people always tell us, hey, we can do the same thing. And that's why they tell us that. Because the system hasn't changed. So they're like, well, fuck it, you do it too. The problem is, you can do it, but you're more inclined to get audited than the big people are. Remember, Trump got rid of all those extra IRS agents that were supposed to chase rich people stealing. Because rich people don't want to pay. That's what this is about. They don't want to pay. Get on the phone to your elected official today. Email your elected official. Congress is still trying to pass this big, beautiful, bullshit-ass bill. Do I think it's going to pass? Yes, I think they will still pass it. But that don't mean you can't make your voice heard. That don't mean that you can't make your voice heard. Okay? Call them today. Then, hold on, let me switch to this. Because I'm starting to wrap up the live. Then, don't forget, we're going to be live. What the hell? The beach. That's really where I would love to be, actually. I'm actually going to hit that. I would love to be at the beach. But I ain't spending no money to go to no damn beach. It's too expensive out there. It's too pricey out there. It's expensive in them streets. Anyway, don't forget, we're going to be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. For those of you, because a lot of you have been asking me about using AI. So if you're interested in learning AI, learning how to make money with AI, come join us tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. The reason why I keep talking about this is because I told you I shared that article with you that Goldman Sachs says there's $50 billion with a B on the table for next year for content creators. Last year, the top 50 content creators made over $850 million. Make your content. Yes, I'll repost it to YouTube as well, nerd alert. But make your content. I say all that to say, if we want to change our government, what we do know is that rich people are infusing money into politics. Well, guess how we can change it? Do the same shit and get in and change our government. Yep, do the same shit they doing. Get in, change the government to take money out of politics. Because it's not going to change no other way. Because rich people are in there so they don't have to pay. Rich people are paying so much so they don't have to pay taxes. That's how we can change our government. Yep, that's how we change it. One content creator at a time if you want to change what's happening. So meet me here this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok. The link is in my bio, Sweet Pea, I'm sorry. The link is in my bio from a YouTube for all my platforms. And if you can't make it, like I said, I will post it on YouTube later on that evening afterwards. So it will be up there. Okay? Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Look, Oh, I almost knocked someone. We got 49,000 likes this morning. Thank you all so much. We got over 100 shares this morning. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for the engagement. Thank you for the all of the gifts. And I always love to send a shout out to my top gifters, my top 5 gifters in every live. That's just something I like to do, but I appreciate all of your support out here. Number 1, beautiful storyteller. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful living life. Thank you. Number 3, beautiful Lori. Number 4, beautiful Moonchild. Number 5, beautiful Tony. Tony. I'm going to call you Tony All Heart. Yeah, I just called it now. Hey, beautiful Tony, number 5. And a special shout out to beautiful number 6, Lynn. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Like I said, I'll be back here 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, don't feed the trolls. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. I'll see you this afternoon.